The CEO of AMC wants to sell more shares. I told you guys this was bad news. A company that continues to sell more shares is just diluting you, the investors, the retail holders, the apes. We're talking about what's going on with AMC, looking at the chart here today. This very important area of support needs to hold here on AMC to continue this skyrocketing move. Breaking it down right here in this video, so make sure you guys stay tuned. What's going on, guys? Patrick here, and today we're talking about AMC again. I know I keep talking about AMC, I keep getting all the hate, and well, it's kind of playing out exactly like we talked about just a few days ago. It did go higher. I said that AMC had a very good chance of going higher because of all of the craziness. But look what's happening now with AMC. The higher it goes, the more the company is talking about doing more offerings. We already have a float that is growing by millions and millions of shares, which seems like every day they're coming out with a new idea of selling more shares. Now, I will say that they completed multiple share offerings. Recently, they sold, I think it was 8.5 million shares to an investment firm, and then the investment firm turned around and sold those shares for a $30 million profit. So it's kind of funny because all of the retail investors that are holding the bag here, or at least, investing in AMC, they're still holding. They're still trying to get this thing to go to the moon, but you have investment firms that are buying millions and millions of shares, just dumping it onto all of these retail investors who are willing to pay for AMC at these levels, at these $50, $49 levels. Now, I want to always clarify. People get so upset when I talk about the bearish case on AMC. I talk about the idea that AMC might not go to $100,000. 100%, I think that this was an amazing trade, that retail investors really killed it here. If you would have bought AMC back there in May when it was $12 or even at a lower price and you rode it all the way up here to the $70 area, congratulations, my friends. You guys killed it. I'm 100% behind you here. I think this was, at one point an amazing trade. Now, do I believe that AMC is an amazing trade to buy it at the $70 area, holding it, thinking that it's going to go to $1,000 from here? It's probably not the same trade, as I would say. So looking at the 15-minute chart here on AMC, we had a high the other day at $72 here. $72 was the high. I think like maybe a little bit higher than 72, but right around that area, 72. So on Wednesday, the stock went from $35 to a high of $72, an amazing move by all means. But you can see ever since then, it's been a rocky road. If you want to draw lines on the chart and find resistance, support, and all of that, you can see right now what we got going on here. That very fine line here on AMC. So AMC needs to find some support here. It needs to rally. I would like to see a close. Like, if we really want to believe that AMC is going to continue to squeeze higher and higher here, it really would be, a very good thing for AMC to close outside of this triangle to the upside. Get a $60, $50 higher, $55. Maybe I'd say $60 would need to be a close today, which we don't have a ton of time because it's already 2 o'clock here on Friday. Hey, if you guys enjoy these videos, do me one big favor, hit that like button, subscribe button down below. Let me know in the comments below, what do you think about AMC, the CEO, continuing to talk about selling more and more shares, diluting you, the shareholders? Let me know in the comments below. So AMC really needs to make a move here going into the end of day on Friday, because that's what's going to create more of a gamma squeeze, what's going to create these options that are going to expire in the money and create more volatility going into next week. But the problem is, if AMC can't hold this $50 area and breaks to the downside here, well, it's going to start to panic people, and people are going to start selling. It did have an amazing move the other day, bouncing off of that $40 area back to the $70 after that news of the offering came out. But then just recently, I think it was yesterday, the CEO again said that they want to sell more shares. They want to sell up to 25 million new shares. They announced that that's their plan, that they want to sell more shares. And like I said in the video yesterday, the more and more that they do this, they're diluting you, the retail investors. So it's like, okay, I paid for my 100 shares I paid a premium. I paid $40 for those 100 shares. I invested $4,000, and now the company is again selling more shares on the market, adding onto the supply. And like I talked about, with every stock, it doesn't matter if it's a meme stock, it doesn't matter if it's whatever stock it is, it doesn't matter who's holding it. At the end of the day, if you're diluting shareholders, if you are basically printing shares out of thin air and saying, hey, buy more shares so that we can raise money, it's not a good thing for business. I understand that it's a good thing for AMC. It's going to make their balance sheets look better. They're going to have more capital. They said they want to go out and make more investments and explore growth opportunities outside of the movie theater space. But let's be honest, this is a movie theater. What are they really going to do outside of this space? Are they going to invest in electric cars, solar panels, spaceships, popcorn machines? What is AMC really going to invest in outside of the movie theater space? Maybe they'll come out with an AMC cryptocurrency coin. That could be fun. Maybe a crypto coin that you can only use at AMC. That would be interesting to see if they could do that, but they probably won't do that because it just won't happen. So I am interested to see what could they possibly be thinking about doing outside of the theater space, movie theater space here. They said that issuing new shares would likely have an effect on the pushing of the company's stock price down, but it could ultimately be in AMC's best interest. Despite the risk of substantial stock dilution, the CEO pitched the new share offering to investors as a move that would create value. In yesterday's video call, the CEO said that if they are not armed with this tool, then you are tying their hands behind their back and you will make it that much harder for them to land some of these attractive opportunities that could benefit us all. I don't know, guys. I just don't know if that's the truth here. Does it really benefit it all? Does it really benefit everyone? The problem here is you have a company that right now, obviously, it's grossly overvalued. The stock price is grossly overvalued to what is actually happening here with the stock. Now, I understand that people believe that AMC is the darling of Wall Street. This is going to take down all the hedge funds, that the retail investors are going to win. I understand that idea here, my friends. But the problem is, at some point, the valuation has to make sense, right? There's got to be some type of sense to this. The idea that this stock can just keep going higher and higher forever to $1,000, a movie theater stock, is very, very, what do you say? It's fantasy? It's a fantasy? Is that a way to say it? It's a fantasy? Now, you might say, well, Tesla. Look at Tesla. Look how Tesla has gone up so much. The problem with comparing AMC with Tesla is, number one, AMC is a movie theater stock. It's a movie theater. Tesla is Elon Musk, basically revolutionizing driving cars, self-driving cars, electricity cars, and solar panels, and rocket ships. It's a whole different beast. You cannot justify Tesla valuation versus AMC valuation at this point. Everybody has already said that at this point, AMC is grossly overvalued. The company itself is hurting. The movie theater space is hurting. Do people really, really, really care about going out to the movie theaters anymore across the world? Probably not. It's, a dying dinosaur of a industry. A lot of people just don't care to go out to the movie theaters anymore because, number one, normally the movie theater, the food's terrible, the screening experience is terrible. I do love movie theaters. I do like going to the movies, but we got to be honest with ourselves. Does AMC really have a future here in this world that we're living in? Are there going to be movie theaters, 30, 40 years from now that people are really excited to go see the movies? It'll be interesting to see really what happens. But like I said, we really need to see what happens here on the close on AMC. For this to continue higher, I believe that AMC needs to get up here into the $58 area, or at least just break out of this kind of downward trend that it's in right now. It's very clear to see kind of what is happening here. If you look at the hourly chart, you can see it even better here on that trend, that chart. It needs to close up here, $55, $57, $60 area here on AMC today, here on Friday. So it'll be very interesting to see where this thing closes at. Right now, it's riding the EMAs there on the hourly chart. So looking good on the hourly chart to hold. If it can hold here, like I said, would expect for this to move back to the $60 area. If it can't hold there, then we should expect it to pull down here with the support, kind of that $37, $40 area here on AMC. The problem, too, is at some point, people will get bored of this trade. People will get bored, and there will be another hype stock to come along, and people will jump ship, and they will go ride that hype. The same thing happened with Dogecoin. Dogecoin was a pretty good example. Everyone thought that Dogecoin was going to go to $1 million, or at least, let's say they thought it was going to go to $1. And you can see Dogecoin here recently, all of that hype on Dogecoin up to 75 cents here, and pulling back all the way down there to the 24-cent area. This was the same thing. Everybody said that Dogecoin, hold, that the apes were strong on Dogecoin. And you can see the action now a few weeks later after the hype is starting to die down, after Elon Musk even jumped kind of ship there as well. So that's what happens with these hype stocks. You get a lot of hype at the beginning, and then that hype starts to wear off. Right now, AMC is the most talked about stock on the internet, but at some point there will be another stock that will come along that people will start to hype, and people will start to get FOMO, and they will end up dumping their AMC positions because now they are got a FOMO for a new squeeze that's going to go to $1 million. So that's the name of the game. Hype, baby. The hype is real. And AMC right now, let's see what can happen. Can she go to the moon, or can she hold at that point? You can see the daily chart here. Not looking too good on the daily chart. I would like to see, like I said, you need to see that $60 area close on the daily chart here on AMC. That $60 would kind of justify more of a bullish move here. But right now, you can see the indecision there on that last daily candle. It had that big green squeeze there. But right now, right in the middle there, right in the middle of trying to figure out which way AMC is going to go from here. But right now, let's look again on the hourly chart. It's kind of holding that $50 area. We'll see if she gets stuck there at the $55, $56 area again, and then turns down from there. But right now, holding that support. So it's anyone's game. It's anyone's name. AMC. The CEO is very happy to sell more shares. Are you, as a investor, as a shareholder, happy about that? Let me know in the comments below. I will talk to you guys later on.